So hello and welcome to the channel. Today I would like to talk about why we collect plant debris from the lily collection. And it is advisable for you to collect any fallen leaf from the garden, and preferably you can compost it or dug it in the soil. So here are oriental lilies, and oriental lilies are known by the Dutch that they are not susceptible to botrytis. But here we have fallen leaves, and you can see these grayish molds. Actually, the botrytis is called gray mold. Look at this. It's already sporulating, and it is mid-November, so we had a couple of cold and moist days, so the temperatures are low, the humidity is very high, and here you can see that in almost everywhere where I have fallen lily leaves, Botrytis is sporulating. And this pathogen can cause really big issues in spring. It overwinters with sclerotia on the dead leaves, and you can see when I touch it, it has a dust of spores coming out. So it should be collected and destroyed by me putting it on the compost and cover it with soil. And it's beneficial to cover it with at least a foot of soil, so the spores and the sclerotia are not able to overwinter and produce spores in the spring, because in springtime, when the lily shoots are growing, this pathogen will spread and quickly destroy the collection. And so here again you can see that the whole leaf is covered with spores, and I just touch it and it's everywhere. So I really have to take care of this. And these are plants which received mycorrhizal fungi, which are able to colonize that plant material and kill a few pathogens, or at least hinder their growth. But as you can see, it's not working, and these leaves are going to spread spores until they turn into soil. So here I believe here are some older leaves, and for example this leaf is almost turned into soil, and you can see there's still slugs and snails eating plants. And here also you can see on the dead foliage there is botrytis. Fortunately, if we have a good cold winter with frosts, these dead leaves are going to decay. Also, our greatest help in decomposing materials are mites in the soil and worms. So earthworms are our best friend in the garden, because they come up from the soil, pull down the leaves into the soil in the night, and they digest the leaves, and then they make an excrement which is full of minerals and bacteria, useful bacteria for the plants. Now I have growing conditions like in these tubs, so there are no earthworms normally. Sometimes there are, because they can go inside on the holes. I don't know if you can see, but there are smaller holes at the bottom, so they can go inside, and I usually find earthworms in the older tubs, but not this time. So I have to collect all this plant debris and the stems, because they are all sources of pathogens, and I have to get rid of them before the spring. So thank you so much for being with me here today, and see you next time. Bye bye.